2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment of my entire life. It's alluring.
They say every man has his price.
Hi guys, it's me. It's me, Nikocado Avocado. I'm here at my mukbang table where I eat every single day for you guys.
But how much of yourself would you give for fame and money? Would you give years off your life?
These mukbangs are gonna be the death of me. These mukbangs are gonna kill me.
Would you give up health and vitality?
Ouch! My rib cage! Ouch! My knees! My knees! My knees! Ouch! 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 My ribs! Ouch! I'm gonna be disabled for 2 months straight! Ouch! 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 Ooh! I have to take more medicine. Ouch!
Would you give up your privacy and intimate details about your relationships?
Well, I'm never good enough. I even ruined my body. You ruined my life. You ruined my life.
Did I really ruin your life?
Yes, you did.
Well, today we are taking a look at a man who did just that. I, like many of you, might have seen this man.
Last month, I made a YouTube video and I said, I'm 2 steps ahead. My life on the internet is a big social experiment. And what was the result of making that video? Y'all believed it. I literally typed that out. It's not even real.
He has been flooding the internet, the YouTube algorithm, after a video released called 2 Steps Ahead. It spread like wildfire on the internet and garnered over 45 million views.
This has been the greatest social experiment of my entire life. It's alluring, it's compelling, it's gripping to observe all these unwell, disoriented beings roam the internet in search of stories.
But what the hell happened to this wholesome violinist turned mukbanger? A YouTuber who had ambitions to play in an orchestra on Broadway. Now the only pit he plays in is the one he has dug for himself on YouTube. Listen, man, I grew up in a cult and this is even a little too weird for me. Before we get started, I want to tell you not to direct any hate towards Nikocado Avocado. These opinions are just that, and I hope you will take a balanced approach with reacting to what I have said here today. The video, 2 Steps Ahead, went viral when creator Nikocado Avocado claimed to have a 250-pound weight loss.
Today I woke up from a very long dream. And I also woke up having lost 250 pounds off of my body. Yet just yesterday, people were calling me fat and sick and boring and irrelevant. People are the most messed up creatures on the entire planet. And yet I've still managed to stay 2 steps ahead of everyone.
On various media outlets, it has been reported that he was strategically posting old videos whilst he lost weight in secret, and that this was all a social experiment.
Just look at all these consumers, all of these lost and bored people consuming anything that they're told to consume. I am the villain. I make myself one.
Nikocado Avocado wasn't always like this. Born in the Ukraine and later adopted by an American family, Nicholas Perry was an ambitious violinist and vegan activist. He posted videos about the vegan lifestyle and his love for animals, but he had a difficult past. According to him, he was placed in therapy at just age 5 and later put on antidepressants at the age of 7 years old.
Growing up, were you someone who needed attention, who wanted attention?
Yeah, I was in and out of therapy since I was like 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, why were you in therapy in the first place?
Behavioral issues, so I would like want attention. So maybe yes, maybe you're right.
Were you loud? Were you obnoxious? Were you being mean? What was your attention seeking?
All of it. Well, I don't know about meanness, but definitely just like, yeah, just like wanted the spotlight, which is so.
He has not disclosed many details about his adoptive parents, including their names or personal lives, to maintain their privacy. Before his YouTube fame, Nikocado Avocado was a classically trained and talented violinist who pursued a vegan lifestyle, promoting plant-based diets and fitness on his early YouTube channel, which he started in 2014.
You guys know Pokemon? Oh, he's adorable.
So it was a gift from my dad.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
You know, it'd be more beautiful if you just pop your tire with this cute little little spikes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hello. Just 2 years later, he transitioned from veganism to making mukbang content, a Korean-inspired trend where creators film themselves eating large quantities of food. Do not really get why these kind of videos are so popular, but they seem to have a really large fan base. For anyone who doesn't know what mukbangs are, it originated in South Korea, with the name literally translating to eating broadcast. As mukbang spread globally, it evolved beyond its original South Korean roots. Western YouTubers and influencers like Nikocado Avocado, Zach Choi and Stephanie Sue adapted the format by adding their cultural spin. The main difference is massive overconsumption. In many Western mukbangs, the focus often shifts towards fast food, excessive food portions, or unusual food challenges, sometimes accompanied by dramatic performances or story times.
I also have a story time for today. So, usually my story times are from things that have happened like months ago, but this one literally just happened yesterday. So I'm so excited to tell it.
Why do people watch this? Well, your guess is as good as mine. But I think this genre of video attracts a certain type of flavorful personality. Some people may enjoy the ASMR genre of these videos, which, if I'm honest, if there is a hell, that is what is playing in my hell. Mukbangers stirring macaroni and making mouth sounds. It's just the absolute worst. But each to their own. There is the other side, which is the parasocial side of this whole thing. I often might listen to a gaming channel whilst I'm playing on my Nintendo Switch. So perhaps people want like a virtual dinner party of sorts. However, I'm not still sure why you would want to go to dinner with this. The whole format of this can heighten the entertainment aspect and blur the line between casual entertainment and unhealthy behaviour. This trend has not been without its controversies. Critics have raised concerns over the health risks of extreme overeating, which can lead to so many problems for the creators.
Most of the extreme mukbang channels have excessive foods in the thumbnails, but they use editing to make it appear as though they eat much more than they actually do. In other words, this entire genre is mostly fake.
Nikocado Avocado has notably faced public concern over his rapid weight gain and illnesses associated with it, though he seems to be just capitalizing on it.
My merch! We have officially hit 12,000 sales on my new merch. It's just waterweight.com, and you can buy this. Damn it, hang these shirts up right.
I kind of see it in a similar vein to the chain smoking channels. Yeah, they exist. Many, many years ago, the wise Nick Crowley made a video discussing these types of channels. There was a creator named Leather Smoke Me, and he filmed himself smoking. His commenters were a little bit too excited by his content and certainly left some questionable comments, glorifying how he was slowly unaliving himself. If this is happening with Nikocado, then this is much more than just trolling the internet. It is in fact very disturbing. The quantity of food that Nikocado Avocado can eat is pretty repulsive, to say the least. But that isn't what keeps people coming back. Within his videos, he shares details about his life, often too much details. His videos tend to theme around the following: his giant mukbangs, his health problems caused by the mukbangs, his excessive weight gain, and his many breakups with his boyfriend All-In, who is arguably the catalyst for the Nikocado we know today.
I don't remember.
It's so weird. It's so weird that I can't even remember it. Too weird.
Have any of you ever heard of a dream diary?
It's all their thoughts! Not the food!
Stop it.
Don't make a mess because then I'll have to clean it. Because we have to make videos for these freaks of nature every day.
We're making them their content that they want so badly.
Every day we have...
Here you go!
Perhaps their partnership is more of a business venture. So far, there are over 100 videos that have generated more than $500,000 for his channel. If they are a real couple, then it's scary and sad that All-In has allowed and witnessed his beloved to put his life in so much danger.
Not to mention his own.
Well, my whole intro's deleted. Because y'all know I would never just show up here
You're
with...
manipulative.
I would never just show up here with food.
You're manipulative.
Would never just show up here with food. Watch the French.
You always show up here with food. That's all you do. You have no talent. All you do is eat like a f***ing pig.
So I would never just show up here with food. Without some type of intro, because people know my content.
You don't have intros.
People know my content.
Your content's morbid obesity. Somebody literally eating themselves to the grave. That is your content.
I keep on fondling with this brightness. I can't be perfect.
Who are Nicholas's real friends? I want you to think about the people in your own life. I personally have known people struggle with addiction, depression, alcoholism. It's never a social experiment, okay? Has anybody close to him talked to him about his behavior? I wonder if the reason they haven't is money. The algorithm rewards Nicocado's behavior every time. His 2 steps ahead video alone may have generated up to $500,000 with 45 million views. And that is a life-changing amount of money. Sadly, I think that the lure of the algorithm seduced Nikocado. Once he saw results, he got addicted. He is certainly ambitious and always has been. I must say, I feel quite sad that this is the path he has chosen.
Ever found yourself saying, I just couldn't help myself? When you ate too much of the wrong food, you just might be right. A lot of people put a lot of work into making sure we keep on eating.
Startling new insight into the addictive power of sugary, salty, and fatty foods. Would you believe doctors have found that cravings for junk food may be as strong as an addiction to heroin or cocaine?
Simply irresistible.
This may seem like a tangent, but I think it's important to bring this point up. Junk food is highly addictive and can have horrible effects on our brains and bodies.
That's just who we are. We crave it, right? Maybe it's for comfort, maybe it's just for fun on occasion. Sometimes, though, it does feel like once we get started, it is really hard to stop.
Research is showing why that happens thanks to changes in the brain and the gut.
And it's not just me, it's not just you. A national poll on healthy aging found that more than half of adults, or about half of adults that were surveyed, showed at least one sign of addiction to these unhealthy junk foods. And what scientists are finding is that when you eat something like this that you love, it triggers dopamine in your brain, just like any other addiction. But it's the ingredients on the back that are limiting the production of mood hormones in your gut. And that's when it changes from eating for enjoyment to eating to find joy.
Over time, a junk food heavy diet can lead to chronic conditions such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, digestive disorders, and cognitive decline. It can also reduce life expectancy and lead to poorer quality of life due to physical and mental health issues. YouTube in itself is also addictive. Friends of mine in this space have likened YouTube to gambling. You know, you choose your video, hit upload, and wait to see if it's a hit or not.
You are under constant stress as a YouTuber, constantly stressed, and every video has to do incredibly well. And if one video comes out that doesn't do as well as the rest, it will influence the rest of them. Equally, if you have a couple of really big ones, as I had this month, it lifts the rest of the channel and you start to grow at a much, much faster rate. And it is very much like gambling. It's very much, you wake up in the morning after a video's come out and the first thing is you look at your phone. That this is an addiction. And the people who get to the point where they're actually able to make a living from it, we're addicted. We are addicts with regards to YouTube. And you cannot get to this position without being so.
YouTube does offer mental health support for its creators. They seem to recognize the pressures that come with managing an online presence. And while the platform doesn't directly provide therapy or counseling, it has developed various resources and initiatives aimed at supporting creators. Through the YouTube Partner Program, which all monetized YouTube channels are a part of, creators can reach out for personalized assistance, including support for mental health concerns or stress management. They also have articles and advice related to creator well-being, including how to deal with harassment, privacy concerns, and managing burnout in the YouTube Help Center. They have partnerships with various mental health organizations like Crisis Text Line, NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and Samaritans to promote mental health awareness. These collaborations have led to initiatives that raise awareness about mental health issues and provide guidance on how to seek help. But where I think it falls short is the policy relating to self-harm and suicide prevention. It's really, really hard to kind of define those lines, but the platform takes measures to flag and restrict content that promotes self-harm or harmful behavior, linking viewers and creators to resources that offer support. YouTube certainly doesn't restrict any of Nicocado's videos, but why? Is this not self-harm?
Like garbage! Stop treating me like stop it! Stop treating me like trash! Stop treating me like trash, and you need some pizza with that cake!
Where do we draw the line? And what about his friends that show up in his videos? How can they all be promoting that they do this to themselves?
Teaming up with the queen. I call myself the queen because I am.
Oh, I thought you were calling me a queen. I can be a queen.
And, well, both of us.
I know y'all need it from watching my train wreck of a life, but guess what? I am not alone today. I have some people to keep me stable and sane. We have 8 p.m., aka Raven and Miranda.
I don't know if I am missing something, but looking into the world of Nikocado Avocado makes me feel as though I am in an episode of Black Mirror. There is no doubt that Nikocado has made a lot of people money, whether it's the ad revenue from the videos or the news outlets writing fluff articles about him for clicks, and there are a lot of them. This is where I think Nikocado is actually pretty smart. He knows how to generate clicks. As it stands, we do not currently know for certain if Nikocado Avocado is big or is small, and why should anyone really care in the first place? But Nikocado has created mystery around it. He has tricked the mainstream media and gotten everybody talking about him. Did any of these journalists even talk to Nikocado, get him on a real-time video call to verify his claims? I doubt it. That's the first thing I would have been doing. It'd be like, turn your camera on, sir. I will say his 2 steps ahead video is the first video I actually watched of his, and in my opinion, it is so full of contempt. He describes his audience as an ant farm that he is tasked with managing. And though I'm no mental health professional, I believe Nicholas certainly must test positive for some symptoms of narcissism. The grandiose importance he gives to himself is unfounded. And he acts as though he has done some great deed by highlighting the pitfalls of his own viewers and how dumb they must be. We know the internet's crazy, it's not groundbreaking news.
Could the slender Nikocado Avocado be a deepfake or even AI? Absolutely. The deepfakes of celebrities are so good now, it's certainly not beyond the realm of possibility that Nikocado has done the most ingenious collaboration of all time. I mean, look what AI can do.
The way I train a deepfake is where I tell a computer model to start training on thousands of images of a certain character. In my case, it's Tom Cruise. Thousands of images, all his expressions, all his angles. So in the end, I have like one big model, and it's like one big Tom Cruise model. All of Tom Cruise's emotion is in this model.
Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. There is the AI generation, which can literally produce an entire person, or there's the deep fake option, which celebrity accounts like Deepfake Tom Cruise use, where they get someone who looks pretty similar to the celebrity and then map their face on top, making very realistic looking videos.
Nikocado Avocado has had a crazy decade since he started on YouTube 10 years ago. I truly hope that his transformation is real and that his video saying it's fake, yep, there is that video.
Does it look like I actually acted out gaining 250 pounds? Gaining 250 pounds? I just acted out. This is all just an act. Let me just rip off my fat suit. I can't believe my eyes how bored, uneducated, and just easily tricked people are. This is so ironic that wasn't even real. Gaining weight for clicks and to fool people? Oh, trust me, you don't mean that much. I don't care about you that much. I really don't. I'm gonna waste 6 years of my life gaining weight to entertain you. I don't think so. Don't believe everything you're told, including from me. And yet y'all believed it. That's actually scary. Goodbye.
I hope that video's fake and he's created some sort of genius Black Mirror universe for us all to be a part of. Because the reality is, if it's not, he is heading for an early grave, and that is just tragic. Sadly, his transformation also appears to be a hoax. The idea of Nikocado becoming healthy again actually inspired a lot of his viewers to want to lose weight and become healthy also. So for this to also be a lie is just kind of sad, and for someone who started off so positive in this space, he could have really done something good with it, I think. And obesity is not a joke. In the US alone, it's estimated that 300,000 deaths per year are associated with obesity-related conditions. And an alarming trend has started to surface on social media.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy, and I am 100% glorifying obesity, and there's nothing you can do.
Sarah Milliken, and she was recently crowned the winner of the Alabama National American Miss Pageant, which now entitles her to represent the state of Alabama at the national level.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died. We have a society that is suffering from various ailments. One of them is that the #1 killer in our society is clinical obesity. And right now they're trying to convince us that sickness is health. Again, we go back to what we were talking about earlier, psychology, right? This is another mass formation psychosis.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Promoting obesity is what it takes to make other fat people feel hot. Obviously, I'm gonna do that. So yes, I am promoting obesity. Stay mad.
I've had a lot of messages from folks that are anorexic that are livid and angry because they feel like I'm lying. I am plus size, but advocating for diversity in larger bodies. And so I think for people hearing me say I'm anorexic was really jarring.
The rise of body positivity content has its pros and cons, and whilst the promotion of self-love and acceptance is so great, one of the major cons is that many of the influencers in that space that are suffering with obesity are freaking dying way too young. I'm talking 20s and 30s that influence their fans that obesity is okay and even healthy, when we know that this is simply not true.
You're thinking, well, I'm hearing all these bad things about obesity, right? And fat, like it's so bad to be fat. We hear about the obesity epidemic all the time and the dangers of fat. Well, I'm here to tell you that fat is not dangerous the way you think it is. There are instances in the medical literature and in research that talk about the obesity paradox. So what is the obesity paradox? Well, it's this instance that happens again and again and again where obesity seems to have a protective effect. Here are a couple of examples where obesity or fat, I like to use that word, just fat, has a protective effect. One is type 2 diabetes. So people with type 2 diabetes who are fatter actually have a longer life expectancy than thinner people with type 2 diabetes, right?
You know why being overweight is one of the smartest things you could do? Just imagine a zombie apocalypse and there's no food left. Overweight people keep all the food in their belly. Therefore, they would live longer than people who aren't overweight.
Brittany Sawyer was a TikTok influencer and advocate of the body positive movement. She passed away at age 28 in January 2023. Brittany had shared with her followers and expressed regret over the choices that contributed to her deteriorating health.
I ruined my life with food, binge eating, and lack of self-care. And I'm hoping that it's not too late for me this time. You know, and I wish I knew the cost of eating. I wish I knew the cost of the comfort at the time that I was seeking. And I just want this to be a warning to other people that just need to hear the hard truth, you know, that if you keep it up and you keep, you know, gaining and not taking care of yourself and moving around and doing what you need to do, you know, your health is going to decline.
Brandy Mallory, a former contestant on the reality show Extreme Weight Loss, died in November 2023 at age 40 from complications related to obesity. Despite her participation in weight loss efforts on TV, she continued to struggle with her health in the years following her appearance.
I'm a food addict. And just like any other addiction, be it a drug, be it alcohol, mine is food.
Taylor Lejeune, also known as Waffle69, was a TikTok food influencer with over 1.9 million followers. He gained popularity by reviewing unusual foods, but he passed away at the age of 33 from a suspected heart attack, an event likely connected to his obesity. Dr. Kat Paws, that's not a name, Kat Paws, yeah, okay, a New Zealand academic and advocate for the health at every size movement, which challenges conventional views on weight and health, died at age 42 in March 2022.
But I think that the science isn't actually as clear-cut as we like to believe, and there's not really quite a consensus yet about the real relationship between weight and health. I'm saying that there are healthy fat people just like there are healthy non-fat people, and there are probably unhealthy fat people just as there's unhealthy non-fat people.
Paws was a vocal critic of societal pressures regarding body size, but her death raised further debate about the health risks associated with morbid obesity. These unfortunate deaths are a grim reminder of the dangers of promoting body positivity without addressing the potential health risks associated with obesity. While body positivity encourages self-acceptance, it should not overshadow the importance of physical health. It's really hard for me to understand why Nikocado is doing this. Is the money and fame really worth it?
I woke up this morning to money deposited into my account for simply not doing something, for simply not going through with something. People are the most fucked up creatures on this planet. And you will continue to consume. And I'll continue to be 2 steps ahead.
Perhaps this is all performance art, and Nikocado has dedicated his life to show the addictive, gluttonous nature of humanity and what can happen to a person if they're pulled in by the lure of views and fame. He has certainly made a good living off it, and I certainly hope he is happy in life. Sadly, I just don't think it's true. As for whether he is big or small at the moment is honestly irrelevant to me.
Irrelevant.
What he posts is reckless and irresponsible, but just like Nikocado, we have the choice over what we consume online. If it all does turn out to be a social experiment, I look forward to the documentary that details Nicocado's findings, which I hope will be more than his Batman monologue.
Influence the ants. Brainwash the ants. You are the ants.
I have never really tuned into Nikocado Avocado before his recent video, despite him popping up on commentary channels. I think it's a character that has made him bank. He has got a hell of a lot of money, and everyone that talks about him, including me, is also making money. They say that everyone has a price. Nikocado describes himself as a villain, but truthfully, I don't think he is one. I think he is trapped in addiction, and it is truly devastating that Nikocado would trade years off of his life for this endeavour. Your life is worth more, Nicholas, and your viewers want you to win. I hope one day we will see Nicholas back on Broadway, playing the violin and living his best life. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.